Immediately, this caused drama. Why? Because one of my detractors slash restreamers slash hate watchers slash internet stalkers, their name is like Duty Streams or something like that.
Has time for this. Phil, what do we have?
PPP, I got to call you out on something, all right? People have been giving me shit for months on this one. It's time for a little bit of grill action
We're gonna grill
tonight.
PPP?
I'm going to grill you tonight a little bit.
You got me.
You ready? I'm serious. This is going to be a hot seat question, but don't worry. I'm not a jerk about it, okay?
Oh, my God. It's over for me.
People have been saying this for months, so I'm just going to bring it up, and I want to hear what you have to say about it, all right? Is it true that publicly on your show, at some point, I don't know when, you publicly insulted my wife and how she looks? Is this true?
It's true. It's true.
Okay. And when was this, and what context was this? Because I'm not aware, and I want to hear what actually happened.
So here's what happened, Phil. So we cover all sorts of lolcows, all sorts of jokers on our show. You are considered one of the greatest lolcows of all time. You are considered a lolcow just like one step below Chris Chan. There's a cult of people who hate you, obsess over your every move, chronicle everything you do. So it's like we tried to throw you into the rotation. The thing was, I always found it really fucking boring. I was like, okay, it's the same shit. He asks for money, and sometimes he loses in Street Fighter, but you're picking the clips where he's fucking doing bad, but sometimes he does good, whatever the fuck. So we covered the clip where you introduce Kat, reintroduce Kat, and she had gained a bunch of weight. And so we're like, whoa, buddy, his wife's fucking fat. She's this, she's that. But you got to understand, we do that to everybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody that we cover on the show, we shit on ruthlessly. We dog on them. We say this, we say that. My personal opinion would have been, and my personal advice would be, and I think you agree with this, is to keep your personal life as private as possible. Mm-hmm. And the problem when you introduce your wife, you should be able to show your wife on stream. It should be able, to show that dynamic. But every single person who's ever showed their wife or girlfriend online in drama communities, lolcow communities, it never goes well. Like even Spoonie back in the day when he introduced Scarlett, it was a scandal. People lost their shit. They called her fat. They called her ugly, all sorts of shit. So it's a long-running tradition that wives and girlfriends in these online spaces get dumped on, get shit on. Is it necessarily right? No, not really. It's kind of nasty and cruel and vindictive. But you open yourself up to it when you bring your family members on stream. And so that's the situation, and that's the way it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, and this was before we had ever even met, right? Before we had talked or anything, right? Like, I don't think I had been on your show or anything because you said this was when you were first covering me.
This is, and so the thing is, I haven't said anything nasty about your wife since then because I don't think it's nice. And I know that it actually would bother you, and it would make you upset. And I like you, Phil, and I consider you a pal. And so I don't want to do anything to Phil that would genuinely hurt him and his relationship with his wife or negatively hurt the way that he views his wife because they're married. They live their life together. It's their life. It's really not anybody else's fucking business how Phil chooses to live his life with his wife or what their eating habits are or whatever the fuck. But unfortunately, when you do bring them on camera, it opens it up to criticism and mockery and stuff like that. So that's my position on it. And that's basically the way it is. I feel a little bit bad about it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your honesty. This is the first time I've heard any of this because all I hear is stuff secondhand, third hand. You don't know what to believe, right? And so people have been grilling me for weeks saying, every week there's a Grill Phil segment. What about that? That's one thing that happened, bring it up. So now let's ask the public, Okay, we have hundreds of people here watching here tonight. Should I accept this? Should I say this is a good answer, or should I be upset?
I don't know, man. It's honestly, it's up to you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say, man. You talk. The thing is, you talk so much shit as a drama YouTuber or whatever. A lot of the time, you never expect the person to actually hear what you said.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You know what? Someone actually just made a good point. They said nowhere in what you just said did you actually apologize. You actually just kind of explained.
Well, I just justified my behavior. You know what I mean? I justified my behavior.
Well, let me ask you this. Now that you know me as a person, are you sorry that you kind of said that stuff? Or are you standing on your laurels that, no, it's okay to do that because he put his wife on the internet? What's your take on that?
Well, I stand by my statements, but at the same time, I do feel bad about them. So I do think that it is what you put online is fair game for criticism and mockery. That being said, is it a nasty thing that I said? Absolutely. And I'm sorry, Phil. If that hurt your feelings or your wife's feelings, I feel bad about that. I apologize, Phil, because I love you, brother. And I want you to have a happy life. I don't want you to feel bad about yourself, you know?
Thank you. That was actually very nice that you just said that. And the thing is, you said you would not do it again, right? And you haven't since then, since we've been, had interaction and now we're friendly, we're doing a show together. You haven't talked like that again. And so, for me, you think, is it the king down?
We have to bow down to the king. We have to say, King Phil, we're sorry. We're sorry. Forgive us, Phil.
Well, listen.
Forgive me, Phil.
I'm the kind of guy, all right, that I look at everything. I look at the big picture, right? And I look at the last 6+ months that we've had interaction. You guys had me on your show. You've sent a lot of your viewers my way. You've allowed me to be seen in a different light that I really haven't been seen in a long time. And quite frankly, even though we're doing these segments that are Grill Phil and they're fun to do, right? They're in good feeling. Like, there's nothing really mean-spirited in the stuff that we're doing. I don't feel that. I think it's fun to do. It's silly. I have a good time with it. It's not like you're ever shockingly hitting me with left field questions that are so insulting or anything like that. And I feel that. I feel that level of respect.
Well, this is the real after-school special. We're going to hug and hold hands and kiss. Everybody, let's all be friends and sing Kumbaya. Phil got his dig back in. He put me on the hot seat. I'm like, what the fuck do I say? What do you say about that?
Well, hold on. I didn't give you my verdict. And my verdict is you're out of here. I'm banning you from the show right now. You're off the show permanently. He's gone. It's just me. Smart guy from now on. That's it. No forgiveness.
Suffer, PPP. Suffer. I've been kicked off the show. Fuck.
I kicked you off the show. This is Lolcow Live now, apparently. So now we have to try to get you back on.
We have to do some more fake scripted drama. Next time, I'll give you some better talking points. No, you will apologize to me and my wife right now.
You have
to get over.
That's right. The I'm sorry tattoo on your face. You have to get it over.
Yeah. We're going to do the punishments and the tattoos and the whole fucking nine. Oh, no, buddy. Oh, no. Okay, so we've managed to do a wrestling show that's not about wrestling.
That's right.
It's amazing stuff. It's amazing stuff. All right.
It's fun.